Well, Maddie, I guess congratulations first thing to say. You extended your stay with Glasgow City for another season. How happy are you to be staying with the club?
Yeah, I'm delighted. Delighted to be staying with the club. I think after having a successful season last year, but it being a lot more competitive, I'm looking forward to this season. And almost more because last season was very stop-start, whereas this season we're hoping just to get going from the start.
Yeah, I'll come back to that in a minute. But yeah, certainly looking for a smoother season. Was it a relatively easy decision for you to stay for another season?
Yeah, because I feel like last year was my first season with Glasgow City, and I don't really feel like it wasn't a proper season as such as it was so stop and start. So I'm looking forward to just getting going come August time and playing week in week out with hopefully no any more lockdowns or anything like that.
The dust has kind of settled on the 14 in a row campaign. Were you actually quite glad to just get a break because of all the kind of intense nature of the stop-start season?
Yeah, I was very glad because although obviously we had breaks throughout the season this year, it was still like we're still obviously keeping in touch constantly with the coaches and doing Zooms every week and all our fitness stuff. So it's been nice just to switch off and spend time with friends and family that you don't get to do as often as you would like.
Yeah, I remember speaking to somebody, I can't remember who it was, that mentioned that effectively from the very start of before the first lockdown in February last year, when that season was annulled, you've kind of had 4 or 5 pre-seasons to kind of almost have between in
Yeah,
that 18-month spell with all that stuff, which must be quite demanding on the body.
yeah, it has been very demanding, and it's also meant that quite a few of the girls have picked up some niggles because we're going back in, and obviously another pre-season, and people will pick up like small injuries. So I think we've all been very glad of an actual proper break, and then we'll be ready to go again
You,
come July.
you kind of mentioned that a little bit, but and obviously well-being of players is important, but we had to kind of balance that out as well as playing games. Was it difficult kind of mentally kind of keeping up with the various lockdowns? And I guess just general, I know we've had it as being isolated in our homes for large spells the last 18 months, but kind of not being able to train or play and then having to go right back into it with, especially the end of the season, which we had, 14 games and whatever it was, 9, 10 weeks.
Yeah, it was. It was very difficult actually. I know for me personally, there'd be some weeks I would be so motivated and out doing my running and enjoying it and doing my sessions with the ball. But then there was other weeks it's just kind of felt like almost what's the point, because it was just we're meant to be back in training, it was just getting prolonged and it was hard to kind of pick yourself up again. But like we've done those weekly Zooms and we've done psychology sessions, which definitely did help, I think.
Yeah. With the kind of few weeks you've had off now, and now you know that you're staying with the club, are you kind of now at this stage you're kind of itchy feet to get back on the training ground ready for the start of the season ahead?
Yeah, definitely. I've been back in at the gym and I just feel like I almost have too much free time. So I'm looking to getting back in. I miss the girls as well, so it'll be good to get back in.
All being well, hopefully it should be the first full kind of winter season, which we kind of came back to 9 months or so, league games, expanded league to 10 teams, hope for the cup competitions will be back in there. So there's going to be a lot more football, Champions League too, but over a longer spell. It's not going to be just on the one front. So you're going to have a opportunity to kind of test yourself out at different levels, Europe and all the cups. Is that kind of another interesting dynamic that you've not had yet with Glasgow City that you'll have this campaign?
Yeah, definitely. I think like things like the Scottish Cup and the League Cup, it keeps it interesting. So I think that'll be good this season, and obviously with the Champions League, everybody's always buzzing for that. So that'll be good come Friday when we find out who we've got.
Yeah, and the Champions League does come quite quickly at the start of the season. Just reflecting back on that, you kind of had a taste of the Champions League. You're watching on for the Wolfsburg game, which feels like a lifetime ago, but for the season just gone, you played your part in the games played in the qualifying rounds, and then we got to the last 32. What did you pick up from the differences from playing Champions League level football to SWPL football?
I think just the pace of the game more than anything else. You're in a game, but it was great. It's just a good experience overall, just going away and playing, and just really us as a team being able to bond. It's just good, and everyone's looking forward to it. I think it almost helps motivate you going into this pre-season, going into probably, I don't know, our 10th pre-season. But no, it definitely helps keep you motivated, and yeah, just buzzing for it.
Just finally, as the fans, so eventually get to see more of you, fingers crossed, and all the players at our home games and hopefully at all games. And we kind of got a little bit of that at the end of the season. Fans were there to cheer you all on when City won 14 in a row. How good will it be to actually get a full season playing with hopefully all our supporters back?
Oh, it'll be amazing. And I think especially at the Rangers game, like, I was able to have my family there, and it's so good being able to have the fans back in. And because I'd only played, that was the last few games the fans were allowed in. That was the first time I'd experienced that, and it's just such a lift when you're playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, fingers crossed to get to see plenty of you on the pitch this season, and all the best. And well done again for sticking with the club for another season.
Thank you.